I'm a 30-year-old woman named Caroline, and for the past 10 years, I've been the single one at every family holiday. Every Christmas, without fail, someone would point it out. One year, it was a sarcastic comment about how the only ring I'd ever wear was the one on my phone. Another year, my father thought it would be hilarious to gift me a spinster starter kit, a bathrobe, knitting needles, and a box of herbal tea. Everyone laughed. I forced a smile. That was the routine. My younger sister Ellie is married with 2 kids and lives less than a mile from our parents in Pennsylvania. She's the kind of person who posts color-coded lunchbox pictures and vacation slideshows with inspirational captions. My older brother Dylan lives in New York and works in finance. He's not very involved unless there's food or sports involved. Out of all of us, I'm the only one who moved far away. I live in Boston and work as a graphic designer for a publishing company. For years, every time I came home, I braced myself. Ellie would go on about her kids and how parenting is the hardest job in the world. My mother would slide in some comment about how the holidays must be quiet for me. And someone, usually Ellie, would make a crack like even cereal gets picked. The family would laugh. I'd pretend to. My dating life became a joke they all recycled like bad wrapping paper. I tried addressing it once. I told my mom it hurt. She brushed it off and said humor was our love language. When I told Ellie to cut it out, she called me sensitive and told me I was overreacting. After that, I stopped bringing it up. I just stopped bringing anyone home, period. The truth is, I wasn't single because I couldn't find anyone. I just didn't want to introduce anyone into that environment. It felt like handing someone I cared about a seat at a table where they'd be mocked on arrival. So I kept my relationships private, short-term, or both. It was easier that way. Then, 8 months ago, I met Alec. He's 33, a trauma surgeon. We met at a design conference. He was there as the guest of a friend who was speaking on medical UI. I was there for work. We ended up grabbing coffee while waiting for our trains, and we didn't stop talking after that. What started as a casual conversation turned into daily texts, weekend visits, and late-night calls. He wasn't just kind or attractive, he was grounded. I could tell him about stressful deadlines, and instead of brushing it off, he'd remember and check in afterward. He once sent flowers to my office the day after I presented to a huge client, no card, just a smiley face drawn in pen on the receipt. With Alec, everything felt mutual. He admired my work, not just tolerated it. He respected my independence and never made me feel like I had to shrink myself to fit his world. I've been called a lot to handle before. Alec called me impressive. We talked about everything: marriage, money, timelines, kids. We were aligned from the beginning. 6 months in, we got engaged. There was no big proposal. We were sitting on the floor with takeout, talking about moving in, and decided it made sense to make it official. I didn't tell my family. Not because I was hiding him. I just didn't want him to become another punchline. I needed this to be ours first, untouched by the passive-aggressive comments or sarcastic remarks. I knew they'd find out eventually. I just wanted to control when and how. That brings me to this year. Christmas at my parents' place. Dylan would fly in from the city, Ellie and her family would already be there, and my parents would be putting together a traditional roast like always. The difference? This time I wouldn't be arriving solo. Alec was flying in on the 23rd. I'd already wrapped the presents, thoughtful things we picked out together. I had my ring box packed, not to show off, but because I wasn't hiding it anymore. I had gone over everything in my head, what I would tolerate, what I wouldn't. If someone made a joke, I wouldn't laugh it off. If someone tried to downplay the engagement, I wouldn't justify it. I wasn't going there to start a war, but I also wasn't going there to make anyone comfortable at my expense. Ellie would probably have her slideshow ready, Aspen ski photos, updates about her oldest learning Mandarin, maybe even a home renovation thrown in. I knew the routine. But this time I wasn't going to be the side act to someone else's spotlight. I was arriving with Alec, not